to the $100 MBA Show, and today is a Q&A weekend episode where we answer your question directly on the show. I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zinholm. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online. And today's question comes from Dean, and Dean recorded his question, so we're going to play it on the air. If you want to send us a question, you can email us at contact@100mba.net, or you can use the Speak It option, just like Dean did. And you can record yourself asking the question so we can play it on the show. You can check that out at 100mba.net/show. So let's play Dean's question right now.
Hello, Omar. Dean from Innovative Foam here. I have a question about your sponsor, Combatant Gentlemen. I went over to their website, thought I would pick up some shirts since they were nice enough to sponsor you, and was looking through the stuff and thought, what is the difference between some of the designs they have? They have the flannel, the gingham, the window pane, and I'm not a fashion expert, and since you were in a previous life, I thought I'd maybe ask you. And I realize that's not really a business topic, but where it ties into business is it got me wondering, what does a person wear to business conferences or business meetings, and what should be avoided from those places? Looking for your advice, since you in the previous life, previous job had much more contact with that, and thought maybe you'd have some tips. Thank you very much. Your show is awesome, and really appreciate all the things that you do.
Thanks for the awesome question, Dean, and thank you for listening to the $100 MBA Show. We really appreciate your support and your kind words. It really means a lot to us. All right, let's get into your question. So first of all, thank you for supporting our sponsor, Combatant Gentlemen, and picking up some stuff from there. So let me give you some holistic advice about how to dress at a business conference. Today's advice is applicable for both men and women. So if you're a woman out there, I'm not forgetting about you. This also applies to you. So let's take a look at dress from a scale from 1 to 10. 1 being you're wearing board shorts and a tank top and flip-flops, and 10 being a complete, 3-piece suit with a tie, maybe what you would wear to your own wedding. Now, I believe you should be dressed at around an 8 for a conference. You are dressing up because whether we like it or not, our physical appearance makes an impression. And you should take advantage of this fact. You should take advantage of the fact that if you dress up, you'll have an advantage. So you should look your best. You should look good. You're going to be meeting a lot of people. You're going to be seeing people for the first time. And this is the time to take out the good clothes or go buy some good clothes. I know a lot of people like to save their good clothes. This is the time to use those saved clothes. So when I go to a conference, I like to look good. I like to look sharp. But at the same time, make sure that you're comfortable, because you're going to be on your feet a long time and you're going to be wearing your clothes for a long period of time, because usually these conferences are a full day and often there's, a party or a dinner afterwards and there's not a lot of time to change. So make sure you're dressed comfortably as well. So let me give you an example. At a conference, I do wear a suit. But it might be a casual looking suit. I might be wearing a really nice dress shirt, but no tie. And what I like about a suit for men is that you have a jacket that goes along with it. And often these conferences, the AC's blasting, and you need that jacket to kind of keep you from freezing. So it's actually very practical. And then sometimes it gets warm at a party or something like that. You could take off your jacket and the dress shirt looks great. You may want to add a little personality with like a pocket square. And of course, your socks should match as well. So make sure if you're wearing a dark suit, you're wearing dark socks. If you're wearing brown shoes, it's better to wear brown socks. I mentioned these because you asked what you should avoid. And you really should avoid standing out for the wrong reasons, because you're not matching or you're wearing something, obnoxiously loud. You want to stand out because you look good. And a part of that is also making sure everything is obviously clean and ironed properly, or dry clean. So keep that in mind when you're traveling to a conference. Allow some time for you to iron your clothes yourself, or maybe get them, steamed or dry cleaned at the hotel. It makes a huge difference when you're wearing really nice clothes and it's presented properly. Now you can wear a tie, and a tie really helps you look sharp. You may want to wear a tie with a cardigan with your dress shirt. Some people like to wear their tie a little loose. That's okay as well. And some people like to wear a polo type shirt or a collared t-shirt along with their suit instead of a dress shirt. That works as well. You can wear jeans, really nice looking jeans. Make sure they're not ripped or anything like that. Something that looks quite good, something that you could wear with a sports jacket with it, a a blazer. Because remember, I said you should try to be comfortable. So jeans are not completely out of the question. Just make sure they're pressed nicely and they're free of any kind of cuts or tears that would be more of a casual look. Shoes, make sure your shoes are comfortable. They can be dressy and look nice, but there are shoes that are dressy but are very comfortable. You're going to be on your feet for a long time at conferences, meeting people, standing up. There's not a lot of places to sit sometimes at parties where you just have to stand up and network. So make sure you have comfortable shoes. That goes for the women as well. I know some women, they wear high heels when they're dressing up, and that can be quite uncomfortable. If you can make sure your heels are not too high, or it's a thick heel, or there's some really nice looking dressy flats. But the point is that make sure you're comfortable as well as looking nice. I really want to stress that this is the opportunity for you to really look your best, to look really good. You can wear a t-shirt and jeans any other time of the year. It's not the weekend. You're actually meeting people that could be potentially your customers. They could be potentially your business partners. They could potentially be somebody that you'd be working with. And you don't want to take any chances. You really want to look your best. So Dean, if you're shopping at Combatant Gentlemen, just take a look at some of the stuff that they have, their shirts. What would you wear to an interview? What would you wear to something that you're trying to really impress somebody, really fancy dinner with your loved one? And one last tip for everybody who's listening, make sure you buy clothing that fit you properly. Dean, you mentioned in a previous life that I sold high-end men's clothing, and one of the biggest issues our customers would have is that they would choose the wrong size, and we often were able to solve that problem by just sending them the right size. And most people order clothes a little bit too big. You want to make sure that it fits you right. One of the biggest mistakes men make when choosing a dress shirt is choosing a size that's too large at the neck. So there's a huge gap between the top button and their neck. And my advice is when you're shopping online is just get a tape measure and measure your neck so you know exactly if it's a 16, 16 and a half, whatever it is. Those sizes are accurate. So make sure that you're choosing the right size. And usually the neck and the sleeves are a good measure. Everything else falls into place in terms of your torso and the chest area. By wearing clothes that fit you properly, you look even better. You don't want to be swimming in your clothes. You want to make sure that it's snug but not too tight. And good luck out there in the conferences. And remember, by dressing well, you're going to be remembered. People are going to remember who you are. They're going to remember to save your business card because they're going to be like, wow, this person really is impressive. Dean, I hope that helps. And thank you so much for asking a question and being a listener. Guys, remember, if you want to ask a question, just email us at contact@100mba.net or speak it using our speak it option on the show page at 100mba.net/show. Guys, if you found this episode useful, if you've enjoyed it, if you love this show, just take 2 minutes after this show and give us an iTunes rating or review. You can learn how to do that at 100mba.net/show. Guys, I want to leave you with this. Conferences could be a lot of fun. And whether we want to believe it or not, the way we look will affect the way we feel. Like they say, if you look like $1 million, you're going to feel like $1 million. So you don't need to spend a lot, but you need to dress well. And when you dress well, you feel better about yourself. And, when you're at conferences, having that boost of confidence really does help. So this is the time to look your best and present the best version of you. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'll check you in the next episode. Take care.